Welcome to the Caddo Convos, the podcast that explores the vibrant community of businesses thriving in Caddo Office Reimagined. We're here to shine a light on the incredible entrepreneurs and professionals who make the most of our private offices, co-working spaces, and day office rentals in the Dallas-Fort Worth suburbs. Join us as we share their stories, celebrate their successes, and dive into the benefits of working in a space that's close to home but offers so much more than working from home. Let's get started with today's conversation. So joining me today on the Caddo Convos is Gage Kubankin with Smith & Sons Services. How you doing?
I'm great.
Thank you for being on the show today and coming all the way down to being in the studio.
Thanks for having me.
So your main office in Caddo is at the El Dorado location up in McKinney.
That's correct.
That's excellent. So first, just want to jump in with both feet. I want to know all about your business. So what are the services you provide?
So currently, Smith & Sons Services, we offer anything to do with water, sewer, and gas. We also pride ourselves in specializing in tankless installs as well.
Oh, great.
So, yeah.
So anybody that needs that.
Yeah. Anybody looking to go tankless, there's also some reforms coming here 2029 where a lot more houses may be going to tankless by code.
Oh, really?
So we're looking at the changes, keeping an eye on it because we want to make sure you're informed as well as us.
So what would so it's a law that's coming? Is it just Texas?
Yeah, it's for the high efficiency stuff. So
to qualify for it, you'll have to meet these certain which y'all can help with.
Planet, Energy Star, all
right.
that stuff.
Got to take care of the planet. The services you have are inside the house, outside the house, liquids and gas. So talk to me about your typical customer and what do they need.
So my typical customer is looking for a 5-star experience from a contractor, whether they've been burned in the past or haven't had the greatest experience with a plumber. I mean, everybody seems to think plumber's just big overweight guy with his butt crack hanging out, working under the sink. I want to reimagine that for the homeowner and just make it an overall 5-star experience because we do specialize in, like I said, tankless technology, different gas applications. We do gas sizings. So making sure that you're informed as a customer is my main goal, and making sure that my techs are informed as technicians doing the installs, knowing the materials, understanding what they're doing and how to troubleshoot without having to do too much research up front.
Right.
So,
how long have y'all been in business?
Since 1970, so we're celebrating 55 years.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, just a little older than me.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but if y'all see me, you'll get it. You just take a look at Buddy. But that's great. So you have so much experience, been in the area all that time?
I don't believe we've been in the area the whole time.
But the business originated,
Dallas.
Oh, okay, yeah. So more or less in the DFW area.
Yeah, the founder was doing skyscrapers and stuff in Dallas. So
back when those were just getting built.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that time.
Yeah, so a lot of those buildings have Smith & Son in them.
Yeah, fantastic. What do you enjoy most about your job?
I enjoy troubleshooting. Mm-hmm. I enjoy being personable with people in their homes because I am a plumber, yes, but I'm also invited into your home to give you a 5-star experience. So talking to people, troubleshooting, giving my knowledge helps that.
House calls are a must because that's how it's done. Mm-hmm. But what does the engagement look like? They set up an appointment, and then what's the turnaround time? Let's say I have a need, and I reach out to you. When can I expect you, and what's the level of service I'm looking for here?
I'll give you an example of today. This morning I went out and gave a quote for a customer called in. Their garbage disposal was making a funny noise.
Oh, yeah, chicken bone.
I show up 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I booked the job. If my guys aren't already busy from jobs previous from yesterday, that job got taken care of this morning.
Oh, wow. So just at the point of need.
Yeah.
Is there, and for the bigger jobs, like the tankless, I imagine you get on a schedule. How does that work?
Yeah, so for tankless, one of the big things that I run into is plumbers like, yeah, we can come out and do it right now. What I do is I make sure that I can, for one, because I need a roofer. You may or may not need an electrician, and I need to properly size your gas system to run that unit.
Yeah.
If you don't have all those three things in order, it's going to take time.
Right.
So, and some of those, it takes about a week because you got to schedule an electrician. I got to schedule my roofer. So everything's there.
Right. Time frame is okay there because that's rarely an emergency. Most people call a plumber's electrician, a situation like yours, a business like yours, is because they have a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes we do have customers that just want to upgrade.
Yeah.
So in those instances, we're okay to schedule out. But if you're needing same day service or next day, we typically go back with a conventional tank. And like I said, that's same day or next day turnaround. So we're not weeks out. We try to stay readily available for those that need us.
Right. What's the busy time of the year for you?
It varies. Last year was about February. This year, it was a little bit of February. I mean, springtime's kind of slower, I guess, because spring break, kids are home. Wintertime's definitely busy. Summertime's busy because more people are at home.
What are the indicators of that? You say February, and here in Texas, I know what February means. It means frozen pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wintertime.
Yeah.
Frozen pipes, inclement weather, or, I mean, generally holidays when people are home, you're using stuff more. Or I know a lot during COVID, more people got remote work. So we had a lot of work during that time. Mm. And a lot of people,
they're using their plumbing. They're using the things that are installed.
So a lot of people have stayed remote. Mm-hmm. So a lot of my customers work from home or they take time away from work so that we can show up.
While we're glad to call you and have good service, 5-star service, as you said, what can we do to prevent the unnecessary calls? The ones that you're going to show up and go, God, I wish you hadn't done that. You know, what are good prevention that we should use and be good to our plumbing?
I would say like general wear and tear, things that you don't think about is you use your faucet, bathroom faucet, kitchen faucet, toilet every day, but you don't think about the water supply to it. So a lot of my calls are, well, not a lot. I'd say some of my calls are the angle stops. You got to change your toilet out. Home Depot comes out, they have a contractor, it's not a plumber, and they go to turn that valve and water's still coming out. Those valves go out more often when they're not in use, meaning being turned on and off at least twice a year.
So cycle your valves
because
regularly. Yeah,
calcium buildup does damage like nothing else.
Yeah, they're basically frozen in place.
Yeah,
from the buildup.
Yeah, so turn those valves once or twice a year. Mm-hmm. I mean, even quarterly if you want to be extreme about it.
Right.
Because without it being in use, it just freezes.
So just go around. Basically, they're usually back behind the commode. You just reach back there, turn it off, turn it on.
Yep.
Come back in 6 months or 3 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Set your watch by it.
Flush the toilet, make sure it doesn't fill up.
Right.
Or if you're at your faucets, have them open, turn hot and cold off, make sure there's no water flow. If you still get water flow, we'll probably need to come change them.
Yeah, and another common, since we're on that subject, another common thing that happens, I'm sure, as a homeowner myself, it's the inner workings of the commode, where the water storage, the valves, all the pieces inside there build a lot of calcium build up there, and they fall apart as well.
Yeah. That usually what we see in the back of toilets, 90% of your flappers are supposed to be bright red, kind of like my shirt.
Yeah.
What we see is they turn a light pink hue, and we call that oystering. So it'll flare up because it's been sitting in water for so long, and it bloats.
Yeah.
And that creates leak points in the flappers. Those are simple to replace. However, if you have an older toilet and that plastic flush tower, it has little hangers that the flapper connects to, sometimes those will break on you.
Yeah.
So if you're not careful, you can't break it.
Right. So get educated on how that works. So
yeah. And another thing while we're on the toilet subject, in-tank cleaners are not allowed.
Really?
Yeah, they void your warranty for the toilet.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay, that may be the most important message you shared.
Yeah.
Is they void the warranty of your toilet, the in-tank cleaners. So you're talking about those little blue things that you drop in?
Blue chlorine tabs that wear out those rubbers more than the water will.
How about that?
So
That makes
that
sense.
and wet wipes. I mean,
Yeah.
those are the two
Yeah, don't
worst
flush
things for your
those.
toilets.
Even if anything that says it's flushable,
Hmm.
what I found is they're lying.
Yeah.
What it means is they're basically a guaranteed plumber call.
Yeah.
You know.
100%.
Yeah. How about that?
And I actually, if I come out for a clog, I mean, we don't have the best warranty for clogs because it's not a piping system that
Right.
we installed. However, if we do repipe of the home, we do warranty them.
Sure.
But even if you have a clog in your toilet and I pull out wet wipes and I come back 6 days later and there's wet wipes, that's not a warranted call.
Right. That's a conversation, a difficult conversation we need to have.
Yeah.
It's like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
Stop it. Right.
And I have had those conversations.
Oh, sure. And that's good. That's good service. That's 5-star service is honesty.
Yeah.
You know, let's shoot each other straight. What's the most, when you get this call, the most difficult call? What is the difficult call? You're like, oh no, this is going to be a big job.
Difficult call can be anything from water spots showing up.
Oh. Where do those typically show up? In the walls?
Or a warm spot.
Okay.
You have a cat. Sadie's found a new spot to rest and you walked barefoot past it and your foot's hot.
Yeah.
Those can be difficult.
Sure.
Because they require a lot of work to repair.
Yeah.
So those are what we consider our slab leak calls when you have leak under your home.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
I would say and those aren't, it's more of a headache. We try to make it hassle free. Just the technology that we do use, we try to use the best that we can to give you the best experience and us the best results to provide the experience. What I will say has to be probably more difficult is cross connections.
Okay, define that.
Cross connection meaning if you're running cold water and you're getting hot.
Oh, okay. That
And
makes
you
sense.
don't have a recirculation in the home because those do recirculate hot water through the system. So you won't get fully cold, but you'll get lukewarm.
Yeah.
But if you're getting straight hot or you're just having some mixture or pressure issue, those can be difficult.
What causes that? Just bad install, or I mean, does it happen over time? Yeah.
Previous remodels. Say you bought a home, it's been refurbished, let's say, and you've had trouble from the start. You can't figure out what's going on. You want a cold water, wash your hands or whatever you're doing, and you don't get it. And then we have to go in and troubleshoot the whole thing because we haven't been there until you called me.
Right.
And it takes time. So those can be difficult.
Do you see some DIYs gone wrong?
Oh, yeah. So in particular, the last one we had like that, we had a customer who had a previous plumber. Master plumber came out from their company and said, I can't figure it out. We're going to have to take time and I don't want to do it because it's expensive.
Yeah.
That same company installed the water heater and flipped the water lines. So hot was into the cold was into the hot.
Yep.
So that was the cross connection, and we found that because he did want to upgrade to tankless. So we went from 2 tanks to 2 tankless. And so the units that we provide have a built-in recirculator, and the line that we drew was cold. So we found that out, switched those lines over, cross connection fixed. So sometimes they can be simple like that. Other times we may have to cut in behind showers, toilets, find manifolds. I mean, it can get messy.
Right. And then what's important, and what I'm hearing from you is communication.
Right.
Talking to the client about, here's what we're finding. That's the only way to do 5-star services. Good, telling what you're going to do, doing it, and billing appropriately for the level of service.
Right.
That's great.
Because, I mean, as you know, and anyone watching this, time is money, and we are business at the end of the day.
Right.
We do the best to help you, but
that's great.
Specialized services cost money.
Sure. We all have pipes. A lot of us have gas, running to our house, and obviously, interior, exterior stuff. Let's say I've got a concern, or I'm just trying to get ahead of something. I need someone to come in and say we're about to do a remodel, and I need a good quote from somebody I can trust. What's the best way for them to contact you?
Typically, best way to reach us is by phone. We also have an amazing website that we just have built out.
Nice.
So there's a couple different options.
Excellent.
Email, website, phone.
Great. And as always, we put those in the show notes, so everything Gabe gives me will be there. So just reach out to him, get ahead of the problem, get educated on what you're doing. But
easiest way to remember is no wipes down the bowl, no wipes where you go, and no cleaners where you flush.
Okay. Just everybody remember that. Don't do that stuff. Don't force a call. He's here when and your team are here when you need us. So we've talked about plumbing, Gage. Tell me about gas. I mean, a lot of people have gas lines and whatnot. Let's talk about what we need to know from a safety aspect and then from a service aspect.
Yeah. So I think my biggest thing with gas is it's a lot safer than we think. I actually know plumbers who don't touch gas.
Yeah.
But it can be a difficult job to find because anytime there's a gas leak, in Plano, they have a little bit less strict rules, but like McKinney, Frisco area, any type of gas leak requires a permit and inspection after job completion. So at that point, it's kind of like we have to fix any issues because we have to prove that there is no more gas leaks when we're done.
Wow. Yeah.
So
Very thorough.
That does take time too.
Yeah. Yeah. So be wary.
Yeah.
And it also makes me concerned for Plano residents.
Yeah.
It's a little,
they just
different rules for different areas.
Yeah. The reason they did that is because a lot of Plano's older.
Yeah.
So what they had is a bunch of gas inspections come in a few years back. So they're like, hey, don't call us for everything. Here's your minimum that you need without a permit. The rest you will get inspected.
Right.
So
right.
Bigger jobs definitely need an inspection in Plano.
Gotcha.
But if it's like a small repair at your pool heater or just right at the house, typically no.
I would suspect that they smell anything, then they need to scroll down to the show notes and make a phone call right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Rotten egg smell.
Yeah.
Even if you forget our name, Atmos tells you to call us.
Yeah. Fair. That's good. Yeah, y'all are aligned with Atmos, so that's a direct path to you. So, Gage, thanks for coming in and sharing your story and being a member of the Caddo community. It's really great to meet you and hear all about your business.
Yeah, it's been great to meet you too, buddy.
Thank you for joining us today on the Caddo Convos podcast. A huge shout out to our incredible network of members for making our community vibrant and supportive. If you're looking to boost your productivity and reduce the isolation of working from home, consider joining us at Caddo Office Reimagining. Our spaces are designed to meet your evolving needs, support remote work, and foster a sense of community that's hard to find at home. Whether you're a startup aiming for growth, a freelancer seeking a professional setting, or a company looking to optimize resources, Caddo offers a perfect blend of flexibility and innovation. By joining us, you'll be a part of a dynamic business ecosystem that helps you thrive. For more information, visit caddooffices.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Caddo Convos.